This time I'm mistaken.
The camera's on?
You should have bought me some bacon.
You should have bought me some bacon.
I've been down every aisle at the grocery store. This is how you remind me I forgot my bacon.
For my bacon and eggs.
You can't have bacon and eggs without
egg
bacon.
Scrambled.
I like mine over easy. This time I'm mistaken. I also like mine scrambled.
I was gonna say, I like my bacon crispy and some. Oh fuck! I forgot what I was gonna say now.
Sorry, dude.
I think I fucked it up.
Sorry,
That's
man.
all good.
Sorry, fuck.
Yeah, it's all good.
Sorry, fuck, bro.
No, that's cool. It's fine. It's whatever. It's just letting the musical juices flow. You know, that reminds me of have you seen Tenacious D?
This is how you remind me.
Destiny.
Nope.
You never seen that?
Yeah, I seen.
Oh, dude, the part where they're like trying to make a hit song, and he's like, they're finally feeling it, and he's like, "Did you hit record it? Record it? Oh no, it's you fucked it up, Kyle. Oh my god." So funny. Solid.
That's us, basically.
That's pretty much us.
Because when we don't have the recording stuff on, we're a lot more interested.
We're so much more talented without a camera.
Yeah,
on us.
we can come up with like funny songs.
It's wild. It's weird what a camera does to you.
Yeah, like blocks all your flow.
Yeah.
You're like, people are watching me.
Yeah.
Even
you just
right now,
feel the presence.
Even right now, I feel like we just turned the mics record on, and the whole vibe changed.
It's weird because you feel like you're constantly being watched and judged.
Yeah.
For some reason, as soon as you know that you're being recorded, that's how I've always been, though.
Yeah. If you guys can close your eyes and
Don't
not
do
judge
that.
us,
Just tell us your eyes are closed and that you're not watching, but actually watch. Because,
in the comments, yeah, and then also be like, we're not judging.
Yeah.
That would really help. My therapist said that it would help.
Yeah. And my therapist doesn't exist because
I just give him whatever advice I get from my therapist. I give it to him.
I just listen to Katy Perry lyrics and eat ice cream and cry myself
Do
to
you
sleep.
ever feel
like a pickle?
That was a good one.
Sometimes I feel like
Do
a pickle.
you ever feel like a pickle now? Feel so sour and been in the bottle for hours.
Lots of vinegar
Yeah,
and
vinegar.
dill in there.
Yeah, because they say like if you're feeling salty, if you're feeling vinegary,
Yeah.
I think people say that. There's
You
some
should
kind
eat
of
a pickle if you're feeling vinegary.
there's some kind of term people use. They use the word vinegar for like if
Salty?
you're being like a douche.
No, I think
It's something.
I know what you're talking about. It's like, oh my god, that vinegar is in it.
Yeah, like that guy boy got vinegar and fire in his veins or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if you know the
Comment
term,
that if you know what we're talking about. Comment it below.
Someone
we
knows.
can know.
Every time, because we always get things wrong. I bet there's like, if anyone watches this, they're probably like saying the right thing.
They're like,
"It's
oh my
this."
god, these guys are idiots. It's this.
Yeah, last time we were talking about when I went to New York, there was Jews and they had like the giant bear hats and they had like the long curly sideburns. And we were saying, we were trying to figure out what kind of Jews they were. And we looked it up and we came up with Orthodox Jews.
Yeah, which is wrong.
But
I
it's wrong.
found it. It said Orthodox. I used Google.
Yeah.
So Google, what's up with that?
Probably because you Googled like, what are Orthodox Jews?
I Googled what's a traditional Jew.
Yeah.
And it said Orthodox Jew. So I was like, okay.
So, but what it really was, I just had it in my brain. What was it? Lily told me when I got home.
Oh man.
Dang
It was like oregano.
Yeah, it was like Hasidic.
Hasidic.
Oregano. That got me there.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't know how that got me there.
I don't know how
I
either.
feel like it's like oregano. Oh, Hasidic.
I always do that when like people are trying to remember something. I'll just say a word and see if it triggers anything.
That helped.
It's like it was something like that, right?
I think oregano made me think of the pizza spot that was in the neighborhood at the time that I Googled what it was.
Oreganos, dude.
I don't really think that is what. But
You ever been to Oreganos?
oh, I love oreganos because they have the pizza cookie.
Oh yeah, the bazooki.
Pazuki.
Pazuki, that's what it's called. I always think bazooka. That's how I remember the name of it. So I always say bazooki, but it's pazuki.
We get those all the time, and then on the way home from picking them up, Lily would be like, "Oh, you got two?" And I'm like, yeah, what do you think I was going to share with you?
Dude, those things are like, I'm not a huge sweets guy, but I do get that from oregano's, and I'll like take like 3 bites and I'll be like, okay, it's
really
too much.
It like clogs up your throat.
Yeah.
But I still eat the whole thing.
It's good stuff.
That's why the ice cream comes with it.
Yeah, right.
And then you just drink some milk.
See, they don't serve milk.
But I'm a glutton. Well, you eat it there?
Yeah.
Oh, I take it home.
I don't take it home.
I would take my sweets home because I always have to. I have to like be watching my show, like whatever show I'm watching.
Yeah.
I have to be watching it while I'm like eating my sweets
Really?
or my dinner. Yeah. And I literally,
I understand that actually.
yeah. Like when we make dinner, we'll go sit down at the couch. Sometimes Lily make me sit at the table, like every once in a while, because she's tired of sitting watching TV. But we'll go sit down, and Lily's like already eaten, and I'm like, Netflix isn't loading, and I won't even take a bite, like until it starts playing.
Dude, I do that too. I do like exactly that, especially if I'm watching anything with food in it. I have to be eating.
Whenever I
I'll
cook,
I'll start starving.
Whenever I'm cooking, anything I'm doing, I watch a video related to it. So whenever I'm cooking, I watch cooking videos.
Yeah.
Maybe not even about what I'm cooking, but just the same topic.
Dude, I think it started when I was a kid. I would watch Rachel Ray's show, and this is when we didn't have a lot of money. So I would literally, my mom would buy these like frozen pretzels, and I would just be eating a pretzel with like no fucking
Pretending
salt
it's
on
whatever
it.
she made.
And if I had mustard at the time, I'd be dipping it in mustard and eating, and just pretending that it's some gourmet dish. And I'd be looking at it and be like, oh, wow, I'm eating like lobster right now or something. No, you're not.
That's hilarious. Because we both grew up like super poor, and then we had siblings. Well, your sibling is not as young as mine, but she did get a little bit of the benefit.
Yeah.
Like she lived at home. Well,
she got lucky. Because she didn't have to go through like the hardships that my parents went through.
Yeah, like they started to make a little bit more money, and then But like when we were kids, like I would give you rides to school, and like I would get gas money from your parents sometimes, and like sometimes I wouldn't even have it. And I only took it because I needed it. Yeah, you know, because I was broke too.
Yeah.
But I wasn't like...
back then, I remember trying to get a job, and it was like really fucking difficult for some reason.
Really?
Like me and Adam, I remember we went like all around town just going to different stores, and like we went to Goodwill, we went to smoke shops, and I knew I didn't want to work in fast food. I was like, I'm not going to work at McDonald's. I'm not going to work at anything like that. But I'll work at a store. Like I'll work at a Walmart or a Fry's or something. And we just asked all of them, and none of them were hiring, and like they were saying it's super hard to get hired and stuff at that time.
You should have worked at the movies, dude. The movies was the best first job.
Oh, that sound like... I was honestly very envious of you and freaking Adam. His first job in Phoenix was Castles and Coasters. That's a super sick first job.
That was kind of cool, but it's hot.
Yeah.
Really hot, and it's mostly outdoors, like at all times.
Yeah.
But I could have got you a job at the movie theater. I didn't really even know you wanted a job.
Yeah, but I also didn't have a car, so I had to do it somewhere in my neighborhood. You worked in Christown, remember?
I worked at Christown.
Yeah.
But if you applied at Metro... then I probably could have...
I should have done that.
I could have talked to someone, because there was like people who had transferred and became managers.
Dang. Yeah, I should
at that movie theater. But honestly, the movie theater was like the best first job. I even like miss it sometimes. I'm like, if I could make as much money as I make now and go to the movie theater, I would do it. I would literally be one of those kids like sweeping up the popcorn.
Right? It's not that bad. Like it's a pretty easy job.
The sweeping up the popcorn was actually the worst. So there was like 4 different positions. Yeah. So you start out doing not concessions, sweeping. It's called ushering. So you sweep, you go in after people come out of the theater, like thanks for coming, whatever, and you go clean up all their mess. And guys, if you go to the movie theaters, clean your shit up, dude. People would just like,
I don't know why people do that.
They would just have everything on their lap, and then when the movie was over, they'll just stand up.
Like why is this?
Like,
why do you do that?
You can't just
Why is there
carry
a box on the ground dumped and soda spilled everywhere? Why can't you pick that up? And there's a trash can right there.
Brought you a trash can. We come with trash cans. Yeah. Right at the end.
They're outside the door. Just take it outside the door.
Yeah. We're basically like, thank you for leaving a mess for us.
Dude, for real.
There was times where, especially on like a big movie, like like an Avengers movie or something.
Yeah.
Dude, it would be so messy. I'm like, everyone got popcorn and no one ate it. They just threw it on the floor.
Dude, sometimes I'll even try and pick up other people's trash on my way out.
That's fun.
If they leave it on their seat, I'll just be like, all right, stack that on my stuff.
That's good. So there was 4 positions. There was ushering. You started in ushering
Mm-hmm.
as a team member. And then you would get trained. And then you would also, the second thing you get trained in, which was like super easy, was the ripping the tickets.
Mm-hmm.
And only one person per shift does that.
Yeah.
And sometimes too, it's super busy.
Yeah.
And then the third thing you get trained in is concessions, so making the food and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And the very last thing you get is box office.
Okay.
So selling the tickets, because I don't know why exactly, but I love box office because it was the easiest one by far.
But it's probably because you need to know pricing and how to work the computer and stuff.
Yeah.
So
oh
it's
yeah, because
probably
they don't want
that.
you messing up selling the tickets. They'd rather you mess up selling popcorn, I guess.
Yeah.
And there's more, because there's less people in box office. So they don't have time to be like, oh, do
Yeah.
it like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I guess that's why.
Yeah.
But concessions and ushering were the worst. Like,
Oh, yeah.
ushering was probably,
Concession probably gets so boring
I think-
just sitting there.
well, when it was busy.
Yeah. Well, when
It
it's
was
when it's
terrible.
busy, it's probably not. It's terrible when it's busy.
Yeah, because you gotta like, oh my god, and then everyone wants you to layer the butter. So you like, they want you to like put like 2 scoops of popcorn, put some butter, put some 2 scoops of popcorn, put some butter. I'm like, all right, chunky ass.
That's
dude.
why you gotta work at a theater that has self-dispensing butter, and then they can do it themselves.
No, we did have that,
What?
but they wanted it like layered because they're not gonna come back out of the theater and put more butter.
People need to learn. Hear me out. Here's a trick. When you get your bag of popcorn, take the butter thing and put it on the side of the bag and kind of swiggle it down and shoot a bunch of butter down there. Now you're getting butter to the bottom, and do it on all 4 sides if you really like butter, and then get some on the top. Put your hand on top of it, shake it. If you got a big hand like me, you can almost fucking fully shake it.
Yeah, quit bothering these concessions kids.
Yeah, God, man.
But it was
do it
good.
yourself.
And then, so it was cool because in concessions, they're pretty smart because they made everything 25-cent increments. So the only change we had was quarters.
Yeah.
So we always only like, that made it a lot easier to not give
I
the wrong
bet, 'cause-
change.
Yeah, because you don't have to deal with all the other stuff. You just have quarters.
Yeah. And then the best thing was free movies. I could get myself and one person free movie like whenever I want.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, you just call ahead and you're like, hey, I want to come see this one at this time.
Yeah.
And unless it's like completely sold out, then you can go.
Mm-hmm.
So I got like free dates. I was like 16. I had just got a car
Yeah.
and that was like free dates.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so cool. And then I was dating like some of the girls at the theater.
Yeah.
And I was 16. I dated one of the girls. I know none of them were actually my girlfriend, but like we dated.
Mm-hmm.
One of them, I think she was 21 and she had a kid. And I was 16.
I remember
And I
that.
was like, oh. I thought that was cool.
I remember that.
And then another one, she was also like 21, and this chick was crazy.
Maybe it was that one.
It was a crazy one.
Was
I
it
told
the
you
crazy
about?
one that I'm thinking
Oh,
of?
she's nuts,
Me and
dude.
Tony met her one night.
Yeah, you did.
That was that chick?
Yep. She was crazy. And obviously, I'll
was
never
kinda
tell you who
crazy.
she is, but like, we went out a couple times. Okay, so the very first time I went to her house,
Mm-hmm.
she lived with like some family members, not her parents.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to go pick her up, and they were like, oh, come inside. And I was like, okay.
Okay.
But then they literally sat me on the couch and were like, what are your intentions? I was like, what is this, 1912, dude? I was like,
This
I
is
don't know what my intentions are. We're literally going on our first date.
Yeah, my intentions are to meet your freaking whoever, your niece
My
or
intentions
whatever.
are to get to know her
Yeah.
and maybe make out or whatever. But I don't know. I'm not going to marry her. What do you want to? What do you want to hear from
I
me?
barely even know this chick right now, man.
Yeah.
Like, cut me some slack.
So we went on maybe 2-3 dates, whatever. And we would text all the time and whatever.
Yeah.
And then one night I went to drop her off, and she was kind of hinting, like, she was like, oh, what are we? Like, are we boyfriend and girlfriend or whatever? And I was just like, I don't know. I kept saying, I don't know. She's like, what do you mean you don't know? I'm like, what are we? I was like, I don't know yet. Like,
Stop rushing. I hate when people do
she was
that.
rushing. It was like 2-3 weeks.
It's like,
And
what are we? We're nothing right now. Chill. Like, why can't we just be like that?
yeah, and then, so I tried to leave it at that, and I tried to leave, and she like grabbed my arms, like pretty hard. And she's like, Brendan. And I was just like, yeah, I gotta go, dude. And I think I stopped talking to her after that.
Yeah.
Because I was like, and that's like the only time, because usually I would deal with crazy girls when I was a young kid.
That was like, that right after that is when you I think we were at the blood drive, and you were like, I think I'm gonna start talking to Lily.
I don't think it was right. I think it was the next year, actually. Because I think I dated that girl junior year.
No, you're right.
Oh, it was senior year because I hung out with Tony.
Yeah, it was senior.
So
no,
it wasn't right after.
No.
It was the summer before.
Our junior year. It was Tony's senior year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it wasn't... Because, I didn't date that girl very close to dating Lily.
Because then Tony moved to Germany.
Yeah.
I don't know if he actually did or not. His parents did?
Yeah, and I think he did go with them, but then he came right back.
Oh, okay.
Because he didn't want to go.
Yeah. I just remember hearing that and never hearing from Tony again. And then I ran into him in a parking lot when I was like drunk, and he was leaning on my truck, and I didn't know who he was. And I was like, oh man, there's this big dude leaning on my truck. I'm going to have to try and ask him politely to get off my truck, you know? And then I like tapped him on his shoulder, and he turned around and it was Tony. I was like, oh, what's up, Tony? It was so weird. He was with Wyatt.
Yeah, he's always with Wyatt.
Yeah.
Dude, Tony is so weird because I don't understand. Like, just the way he acts is weird. But the weird thing is, for an entire summer, we were like best friends, hung out every single day.
Yeah.
We would go to the gym every day. We would eat. We would literally like sleep over sometimes. Yeah. I don't even know why. He would just be like, stay over. I'm like, why? He's like, no, so we can go to the gym in the morning.
Yeah. He would never tell you why he wanted things to happen.
He would never
tell you to do it.
Yeah. He would just tell you to do shit and then like not explain it.
Yeah.
But then like after the summer, I started dating Lily, so I became a little more distant. But he just like didn't talk to me anymore.
You know, I think Carter kind of did the same thing.
Yeah. But Tony did it in like a really weird way, like
instantly, like cold turkey.
Yeah, like cold turkey, and then like I would try to hang out with him, and I know he's available. He didn't do shit back then. He was always just hanging out with guys. Yeah. And he would just like blow me off, and then I ran into him, and he acted weird. And I'm like, what's going on, dude? She's like, bang one of my girlfriends? What's going on? Why are you acting so weird?
Man, that's just
Tony, and I never figured it out.
Tony, he just acts weird sometimes, man. I don't know. Maybe he just like started a new chapter in his life, and
Tony acts weird in like a way, not in a way that's funny like a stand-up comedian, but in a way that would be like a weird TV show. Kind of like a Shameless.
It's really, if you don't know Tony, you would not understand.
Yeah. It's like one of those shows, kind of like The Office when you first start watching, you're like, I don't get this.
Yeah.
But then...
yeah, and then it's
funny.
Yeah, and then like you watch it with brand new people that haven't seen it, and they're like, this is weird. Yeah. You're like, you don't understand.
I've never really been gotten into The Office, but I've seen funny clips. But I've tried to like watch it, and I'm like, what the hell is this?
Oh, I love that show. I love it. And Parks and Rec. That's a good one too.
Yeah, but that would be Tony if you had a TV show. People be like, what's wrong with you?
He would be like what's his name, Michael in The Office, which is Steve Carell's character, except for Tony's smart and Steve Carell's like his character is notoriously stupid, like that's the whole point of his character. But all his jokes are so awkward, but they're funny because they're so awkward. I feel like that's kind of how Tony is. Like everything he does is like little awkward, but it's freaking hilarious.
It's awkward. Tony like can be awkward without feeling awkward himself.
Oh my! I don't know how he does it.
He doesn't. He's
just
awkward.
Stone cold.
Yeah,
it's wild.
I'm like, do you have like anxiety? I don't think he has anxiety. I don't think he feels it.
I don't think he feels anything.
I think he's a robot.
He's a robot. We've been talking about Tony for so long.
I know. This is the Tony podcast that nobody knows.
This is Tony. I hope Tony watches this one.
I don't think he'll see it, but if he does,
yeah,
I don't know. Hit me up. I know you won't.
What's up, dude?
We can go to the gym.
Yeah, man. Oh my god.
Oh, you know, he messaged me on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Like a couple months ago. He's like, how much you weigh right now?
I seen he got back in the gym.
And then I told him
on Instagram.
And then he didn't respond. I'm like, he just wanted to know how much I weigh.
No, like freaking how you been? Nothing like that. Just how much do you weigh?
185. Cool. I still weigh more than you.
And then nothing.
Yeah.
And you know that he either said, fuck, I gotta start working out hard, or okay, cool, I still weigh more than you.
I'm pretty sure he weighs more than me. I
think he gained a little weight though. Like I think he got a little bit of a belly. But I think he's slimming down now though.
I'm really light compared to, like, if you were to look at my pictures, like shirtless pictures, and you work out and kind of know what people weigh, you would probably think I weigh like 200.
You look a lot taller in your pictures though.
I look taller than I am?
Yeah, you look
really?
like you're probably 6'1" around in your pictures.
Oh, I just think I look more bulky
Yeah.
than I am.
Which, I mean, you're not short. You're 5'10", right?
Yeah.
So it's like, you're not short, but...
Oh, like, that's good that I look taller in my pictures.
Yeah. Well, I think it's because your body is so proportionate that it makes you look...
Like, at least I don't look shorter. That would suck.
Exactly. Movie magic.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, Tony, if you watch this, what's up, dude?
We just made a whole podcast for you, basically.
Been a long time, buddy.
It's been a long time since we rock and roll.
Been a long time since I sucked on your fat toe.
Yeah, we used to do that. He'd be like, suck my toe.
Suck my toe.
You'd be like, why? He'd be like, just do it.
God. I got dragged out of Tony's house one time at a graduation party.
Dragged out while you were acting a fool?
Well, carried out.
Oh.
Because it was Leo's fault.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
You guys took like 27 shots in a row.
Well, I tried to save Leo's life by taking the shots he was going to try and take.
They're going to say, like, by fucking him.
No, that was actually like the first time I ever met Leo, is he just walked into the party and Tony had lined up shots on the counter for people just to take whenever they wanted, and there was 10 shots on the counter. Leo just doesn't say anything and just starts slamming them down, and I see him and I'm like, that guy's gonna die if he tries to take all those shots. So I meet him on the other end and I get 5 and he gets 5, and then he's like, what's up, dude? I'm Leo. I'm like, I'm Nick. Nice to meet you. Want to play beer pong? And then I'm sure Wyatt probably remembers this better than I do, because we played against Wyatt and Mark
Zuckerberg?
No. Rodriguez, yeah. Yeah, and then like halfway through that, I don't even remember what happened. I just remember kind of like coming back to, and I was still standing at the beer pong table, and there was a couch next to it, and Leo was on the couch, passed out, throw up all over him, and I was like, oh no, is that what's going to happen to me right now? It's like, oh crap. Needless to say, I got carried out.
Enjoy this podcast about people that you don't know.
Yeah.
So anyway, but so Kyle Rittenhouse was acquitted of all charges.
Oh yeah. So a lot of people are very, very opinionated on this one way or another, whether it should all be on him or whether it's not his fault. If you do your research, there was a lot of people at fault in that, including the police. I feel like the police did not handle that well at all. They really screwed the pooch on that one.
I honestly have no idea about any of this.
So, do you know what happened at all?
Like, there was a riot and he ended up shooting somebody?
Yeah, pretty much in lamest terms, yeah. Like, so it was during the Black Lives Matter movement when those riots were happening.
Yeah.
And there was like a militia that kind of came out to like, they weren't asked to come out or anything. They just thought that they would protect the city or something. I don't know what they were thinking. They really didn't need to be there.
The city of Townsville.
You know, just a bunch of dudes with guns that are way too stupidly, I'm a hero, you know, I'm Denzel Washington in my movie, you know. It's like, dude, calm down, sit down. People should know anytime there's violent and destructive riots like the ones that were in the Black Lives Matter, if you open carry or bring guns to a riot like that, people are going to get shot.
Yeah.
No matter what, it's always going to get pushed to that point. And look what happened. It got pushed to that point. But a lot of what happened to him can be seen as self-defense. There was a lot of crazy stuff that happened that night. Like the first pursuer that went after him was actually like somebody that just got out of jail or something, or had some sort of mental issue like anger problems or something, and was pursuing him, and then somebody behind that guy in the crowd shot off a gun. So like crazy stuff can happen in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, and I don't know him, but like just by watching him in videos just a little bit, he doesn't seem like someone who's aggressive. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He
seems like a scared little
He was a kid and he was scared, you know, and
I don't know why he
shouldn't have been there, shouldn't have had a gun. It was just a lot of mistakes happened that night.
Yeah, but I don't think he doesn't seem like someone who would be aggressive, just go out and kill someone, and he doesn't seem like one of those crazy people who does a mass shooting because they have like mental health issues.
Another thing that I don't understand and maybe people can clear this up for me, is a lot of people are saying if you back up Kyle Rittenhouse, you're racist. Which,
why?
All of the victims that were shot were white. Everybody that's saying that is white. I understand that the riots were for Black Lives Matter. He wasn't trying to prevent the riots. He literally, in one of the videos, he says, I brought a medical kit. I want to be here in case somebody gets hurt, and I want to, treat victims if they get shot or anything bad happens. Like, that was his intent on being there, which is a good intent. Did he need the gun? No, he didn't need the gun. If you're going to be a medic, be a medic. You're there to heal. You're not there to harm. You know what I mean? But
is he a medic?
He was a kid. What?
Is he a medic?
No.
He just had Band-Aids?
Yeah, he's like,
I'm going to be a medic.
He had like a first aid kit or something. I don't know. But
he's like, Mom, I'm going to go bandage some boo-boos.
Yeah, I don't think that any of what happened with Kyle Rittenhouse should be considered racist at all.
I don't think so. I think
but
racism
I think
needs
it's
to
just
stop.
because it has to do with Black Lives Matter that it's a touchy subject, and rightfully so. Racism is really screwed up and it shouldn't exist. So and people are very opinionated on it. So
it needs to stop, bro.
I wish there was an off button for racism.
I wish we could just go and give everyone a shot instead of this vax. I don't want to say the word.
Yeah,
we can go give everyone a shot. Yeah. And then all of our melanin matches, like it'll meet somewhere in the middle. We'll just all be like tan, like dark tan. And then everyone will look the exact same color. Actually, but then there wouldn't be so many like pretty different people though.
The way humans are though, we're very judgmental people.
But it's beautiful that we, have different colors.
Yeah.
Because there's like gorgeous black people, gorgeous Asian people.
Everything about you is unique. You're your own freaking human being. You don't get to choose who you get to be.
Yeah, I feel like, man, it just sucks that people a long time ago were so stupid.
Oh, yeah.
That they thought the color of your skin made you lesser of a human.
Yeah,
and they literally just decided that they're like, well, I'm white, so that must be the right one.
What?
Yeah.
And
I'm like, oh, well, they're probably dumber than shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, so if anything, us white people, probably stupid.
What was the...
Probably have smaller brains because
there was a
just by thinking like that, so illogical.
There was I don't remember if she was a doctor or I don't remember, but she was like something like a doctor or a therapist or something, and she was saying people that are racist have underdeveloped minds. I was like, oh,
I would agree with that,
but it makes sense.
It makes
because you can't open
sense.
your mind past that. You're so stuck in this narrow hallway of, well, if your skin's different, then you're different. And no way, man, I'm not dealing with that.
Like, I think break those walls down, sure have underdeveloped brains.
Yeah.
Because
100%.
I can't even think like that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even I feel like I would have to get hit in the head by a truck.
Yeah.
To get dumb enough to think like that.
Yeah. I would have to be like breathing out of a tube.
And I guess because we were raised that way too, though.
Well, that's another thing is racism. Nobody's born racist. You're taught racism.
Yeah. Like, who was the first person to come up with that shit?
Dude, that freaking idiot. I don't know.
It just doesn't make logical sense. It's just insane, dude.
People are just fucking stupid. Racism, am I right? God.
Am I right?
Am I right?
I saw like the best. It was like a TikTok or I think it was a YouTube short, and this black dude was at a counter in a gas station.
Yeah,
and he was buying something, and he seemed like he was kind of drunk and kind of like, I don't know, he was just laughing a lot.
Yeah,
but the guy behind the counter was recording him. He's like, hey, what do you think of Black Lives Matter? And he started laughing. He was like he was just like, I don't even know why people call me black. I'm brown. He's like, black people are brown. He's like, and white people ain't even white. They tan.
Yeah, dude.
And then he was just like, it's so stupid. And he's just laughing. And I was like, he sounded dumb and fun. And he was just like laughing. And you're like, that's like the smartest thing I've ever heard.
Just laugh at it. Because it's a joke. It's so stupid. It's the dumbest thing ever. Like, why? How can you not do, like, I don't know. It gets me frustrated when I talk about it because I can't do anything about it.
And like, the only thing I could do about it is sire all the children for the next 40 years. And raise them all. and then we'll be good. Like Genghis Khan. But not like Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan.
But like,
I will take over the world.
To get rid of racism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to get rid of racism.
I will impregnate every woman on earth. But it's to get rid of racism for a good cause.
Yes.
Line up.
Hurry up now. I don't have all day.
And I'll give you my rule book of how to raise my children.
And this is for you. And here's your headshot. I signed it for you. Run along now.
Dude, we should start a cult. Oh, so I was watching this video.
Yeah.
As always gets to religion. I was watching this video of this dude in Australia who says he's Jesus. Like flat out says he's Jesus and says he has like memories of being crucified.
What does he look like?
Oh, he's like a white dude, long brown hair.
Can't be Jesus.
Has sandals.
White dude?
Well, he says he's reincarnated. He didn't say he kept living.
Then why is he trying to look like Jesus?
I don't know. He just grew his hair out. But he doesn't try to look like Jesus. He wears normal clothes and stuff. He just has like shoulder length.
Had somebody tell me I look like Jesus the other day.
You could play him in a movie.
No, I couldn't.
Anyway, I want to tell you. So it's a cult, kind of.
Yeah.
Where he says he's Jesus. And then his girlfriend says she was Mary Magdalene a long time ago. And then there's like, 12, 13 people at the compound that he's convinced were the disciples. And then there's a bunch of other followers there. And you can just tell these people are gullible. Like, so gullible.
That's how cults start.
And dumb, yeah. I'm like, look how gullible people are, dude.
Oh, yeah.
If you watch these videos, like, when I used to go to this Bob Larson church with my mom, the Exorcist people, that's exactly what the people were like. I was 5 years old and I would look around and I was like, these are the most gullible people I've ever met in my life.
Dude.
But anyway, so this guy, he's in a cult, says he's Jesus, he teaches people shit, like whatever. And then in the comments, people will say stuff about the Bible and they're like, we would know if it was the real Jesus, could you come back and I'm like, why? Okay. Why does this seem crazy to you? This video right here, this guy saying he's Jesus, saying he did all these things, that seems crazy to you. But if it's written in a book from 2,000 years ago, makes sense.
And also, why, if this seems crazy to you, how would you know? How would you know? How can you say, I would know if he were Jesus? Okay, because Jesus said that he's gonna...
It's because the Bible says that every knee will bow, every tongue will confess when he comes back. But it's like...
Yeah, if every knee's going to bow, though, why is the rapture even happening?
It's so stupid. I mean, it's just stupid.
Yeah. There's a lot of contradictions.
It's just the Christian... It's so funny. Because every religion, they think they're right. A lot
of flaws, man.
And so, like, if you ask a Christian, like, why do you think Allah is not the real God? And they're like, well, he didn't send a sacrifice down to earth to die for our sins.
Yeah.
I'm like, why does your all-powerful God need a human sacrifice to forgive you?